Lewis Hamilton, journalist demands Mercedes investigation after F1 title win. That is the verdict of Italian journalist Leo Turnini, who is unhappy about the Brackley-based team's utilization of holes and grooves on their rear wheels. Mercedes went into Sunday's Mexican Grand Prix knowing could secure their fifth World Drivers' Championship win in a row. And the 33-year-old's fourth-place finish was enough to see him extend his lead over closest rival Sebastian Vettel to an unassailable 64 points. Hamilton's title success has come off the back of a hot streak of wins in Italy, Singapore, Russia and Japan after the traditional summer break. But while the role his driving ability played in sealing glory is undisputed, there has been controversy over putting extra holes and grooves in their wheel rims. The holes are believed to reduce the flow of heat between the axle and the wheel on Mercedes cars. Although there have been claims made that the alterations, aided by wheel rim spacers, have illegal aerodynamic impacts too. Mercedes opted against utilizing the holes and grooves at the recent United States and Mexican Grands Prix, despite insisting they conform with rules. Turnini says they need to be looked into though after Hamilton went level with Juan Manuel Fangio on 5 titles. "I would like an investigation into the wheels," Turnini said. F1 race director Charlie Whiting, meanwhile, says clarifications on what is legal will be made. But he insists they will not be issued due to concerns over what Mercedes have done. "Everyone knows that we deem it to be legal, that's no secret," Whiting said. "But what we will be doing is a more general technical directive, to deal with the subject generally not specifically. We want to make sure someone doesn't come along with something slightly different or even significantly different and try and do the same thing." Between now and Brazil we do have a technical working group meeting during which we intend to develop a rule in order to be more generic about the whole business of cooling and the possible side effects too of aerodynamic influence. Whiting added that there are no plans to ban Mercedes modifications at this stage. "I don't think there's any need to," Whiting added. "Provided it's clear that it's being done for a reason, and if there's an incidental effect on the aero of the car, it should be fine. There are many things that affect the aero of the car. Suspension is hanging out there in the airstream, and wheels are a classic example, but their primary purpose is quite clear." Whiting also offered his take on why Mercedes opted against utilizing the holes and grooves in Texas and Mexico City. "Not really, no," Whiting said, when asked if he was surprised by the decision. "I just think they wanted to be super safe." Related articles. Lewis Hamilton, Martin Brundle reveals how Hamilton beat faster rivals to F1 title. It was a nervous Grand Prix for in Mexico City on Sunday. The 33-year-old was overtaken by Ferraris who eventually came second. He then came off the road when trying to get ahead of Red Bull's Daniel Ricciardo. The Mercedes star recovered enough to get through the checkered flag in fourth place, which was enough for him to win this year's championship. Former F1 driver and now analyst Martin Brundle insists Michael Schumacher's tally of 7 titles is now within Hamilton's view. Hamilton has had to battle past teammate Valtteri Bottas this season as well as Ferrari rivals Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen. In his column with Sky Sports, Brundle made a big claim about Ferrari, which highlights just how good the champion has been this season. During the early to mid part of the season, the Ferrari had the faster car and Vettel, in particular, made the most of it, Brundle said. On other days such as Austria, Monaco and Mexico, Red Bull had the best car, also winning the crazy China race. They could well have won Baku too without taking each other out. Red Bull's Max Verstappen was victorious in Mexico, but his achievements were overshadowed by Hamilton, who was crowned champion. Hamilton's skill was to make fewer errors than Vettel and to minimize his losses, while Ferrari and Red Bull were just plain faster, Brundle added. A good example would be Germany, where he started 14th and won after Vettel slid off. Also a stunning qualifying lap and victory in Singapore, where the team were expected to struggle. Hamilton celebrated his victory by spending time with his dogs at his home in Los Angeles. "Tonight, I will leave this beautiful country, and I am looking forward to seeing my dogs, Roscoe and Coco, who live in LA. The unconditional love of a pet is something quite special," he said after the race. "I have a lot of friends around me, so I am sure we will come together and embrace this moment."